Okay guys, with this hand we've got pocket twos in the big blind. We get a limper, a raise, we're going to flat the raise, and the limper probably gets out of the way, he does. Flop comes great for us, we've got trip twos. We put a bet out in position, gets called, check, we bet again, and the guy folds. We had to keep betting that really because we didn't want them to draw into anything better. No point slow playing stuff like that. Okay, so we keep folding away. The next hand is 7-8 suited. Chance to get involved here. We're just going to flat behind the open. And it ends up being, we're in position. We get raised by Energy, who's a calling station, so he's going to be quite strong, but three-way we're going to call this. Scary looking flop for anybody. So being in position, we put the bet out first, and the other two get out the way. Happy days. We take that pot down. Okay, next hand we've got pocket sixes, looking good in the small blind, chance to do some set mining. We get a limp, a raise, we're going to call the raise, and then a bluffer puts a big raise in, but then the calling station calls again, so I'm getting out of the way. Flop comes ace 4-8, we get a huge shove from the bluffer, a huge call from the calling station, and my sixes actually funnily would have turned up trips on the turn, but there's no way we could have called that, and it was a king jack bluffing into a tens, the calling station calling with less than top pair. Next hand we've got 6-5 suited on the button, definitely one we can open up or flat behind. We do get an open from earlier position, so we flat this and hope to see a nice flop. It's only two-way. Flop comes 5 jack 8. We're just going to flat this and then represent on a really nice turn. That's exactly what happens. It's unlikely he's got an 8, so we put a raise in and he gets out of the way. We take it down. Okay, next big hand we've got pocket kings in the big blind. We get a fold, 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 and a fold on the button. So it's just me versus small blind. So I'll chuck out a free bet against the limper. Check. Obviously I'm betting into this. It's quite a dangerous flop even for trips. We get 3 bet, we 4 bet, and then he decides to get out of the way. So it's probably on a strong draw. Okay, next hand we've got pocket jacks. Building up, we've got 6.36 now, trying to get to 10 euros. We get a call under the gun, another caller behind him, and then a raise. Obviously we're going to call the raise. We don't want to be going all in against a bluffing guy. We could have anything. Let's wait till we get a nice flop first. It calls round again, so we all end up four-handed to the flop. We're in position, so it's perfect to put out a bluff bet. As it happens, we get a bet first on the bluffer guy. We don't believe him, so we're just going to call. And everybody calls. Then comes a turn dream for us. We catch trips. It checks, it checks. It checks again, so we have to fire. And surprisingly, although the two fold, the bluffer guy now decides to get involved, goes all in. So we're calling him. We don't think he's bluffing now because of the way he played it. But actually, he had trip 8s to our trip jacks. So we won fair and square, then we take that pot down. Okay, next interesting hand was king 10 off. We're in quite a good position to open up this. And it folds around to us, so we open up king 10. Called by the button, we didn't really want that. Not a calling station. But being a calling station, we catch top pair, we can bet into him and know that he's going to call most of the time. Ironically, he folds and we take down the pot. Okay, next hand, queen jack off. Under the gun, but it's only 5-handed, so we're going to open this. We get a fold, the button folds, small blind folds, and a big blind flats. However, we've got position over him. Because he's flatted, we can obviously fire again on the board like that, king, king, ace, even though we've missed it completely. And that's enough to chase him off. We take it down. Okay, nearly there, and we've got ace, king off. Chance to get over 10 euros here. So we're going to open up the ace, king. We've got a couple of bluffers and a calling station. We get a call from the bluffer and a call from the calling station, so we're 3-way at the flop. It goes check, check. We're obviously going to bet again, c-bet, with our ace high. We get a call from the calling station, no surprise there. But when he checks again, we don't want to go betting into him with just ace high, so we check. He checks again, we check to finish the job, and he's got ace queen to our ace king. Next hand, ace 10, we've got 9.71. We're so nearly at the 10 euros mark and we can stop recording. So I'm getting excited at this point. We get a limp, and we're just going to complete the small blind. And what a flop, 10, 10, 7, so we get trip 10s. Billy the Butcher's not got a big stack, so we'll let him hang himself for a bit first and just limp, just call his 5% bet. Now we pick up the nut full house. He bets, we put a raise in, hopefully he's got something like a strong overpair, but that's strong enough to push him out, unfortunately. We take it down, and that actually takes us over the €10. But before we can sit out, the next hand is 8s, and we can't leave 8s, right? So we get involved, we open up 8s, we get a call from the bluffer, and we're heads up. Check to us, so we're going to c-bet our 8s. That gets called, and we could second bluff with a queen here, but I think I was just looking to get out the hand. We check it down, and that gives the bluffer a really good chance to get involved. And he may well have been bluffing us there, but that means we haven't yet got our €10, so we have to carry on. Okay, on to the next hand, King Jack off. Still need one more win to get to the €10. And it's just small versus big, so we raise the small blind, get called by a calling station. We're just going to bet into him again, knowing there's a calling station, and he folds because he probably was calling weaker than the King Jack that we had. Next hand, 2s. We've got 9.79. This could be the hand that takes us back over. So we put a raise out on the button. We get a fold and a call on the big blind. Check to us, so we'll bet again. And we're called. Checks to us again. I think it's probably worth firing again. We do. We get called. And not the best river. And I think it's time to just check that down. I can't see this guy going anywhere. We check it down, and he actually had king high. So a pair of kings. So we may actually have took that down if we'd have bet a third time, but not worth it. Okay, 9.25. This was an interesting hand. I just thought I'd chuck this in because it just shows the power of position. We've only got 7-3 suited, but we open on the button. We get a fold and a call. And with a flop like that, king 5-2, we can represent the king, just bet, and we get a fold. Up to 9.40. Okay, queen jack off. We've got 9.13 at the moment. Definitely a hand we want to get involved in if the price is right. We get a raise, we're in position, so we'll flat that with the queen jack. Don't know much about this guy, so we catch middle pair, and I'll float this. There's no guarantee he's got an ace. When he bets again on the turn, I'm happy just to get out the way and fight another battle another day. So we're down to 8.80 now. Interesting hand this one. We've got pocket jacks. Gets a bit crazy. We get a raise. We're going to call the raise. You could argue to free bet that one. And it's just heads up. And then we catch a full house on the flop. Now I could have bet here, but an ace isn't folding. And we don't want to scare anybody away. So we just check and then start betting. But then he calls. And then a terrible river card really, because any ace now beats our current full house. And we check it down, and actually that's what he had. He had ace 9. So perhaps I would have called again if he'd have bet. So I got away lightly there, but down to 8.34. Next big hand, pocket 5s. Yeah, we open this under the gun. Mainly to set mine. Don't really fancy a free bet. Depends on the odds. And it goes all the way around to the big blind. Big blind raises. We're going to flat that. Flop's okay for us, so we'll definitely call along. The turn, the guy bets again, but if you can see the bet size is quite small, and when he fires on the river, it's a clear warning to us to get out of the way. Our 5s are beat. We drop down to €7.89. So 7.99 now, and we have ace 9 suited. We're going to try a 3-bet with this, a suited ace and a big blind against the button open. Button does open, so for the first time we get aggressive. We fire out a 3-bet, and we get the call. Catch middle pair, which is quite nice because we can represent the king as well. So we lead, get called, and when the king comes on the turn, the fact he didn't raise, I'm confident my hand is best here. And we bet again and take it down. 172 profit takes us to €9. And this is the hand, guys. We've got king queen off to finish the job. We're down to 870, so we need a 130 win. This is the last hand, so you can believe we get there. It limps around to us, and again we can get aggressive. We fire out 25, 5 times raise, just to isolate the limpers. We do get heads up, but it's against the button, not good for us to be honest. We'll continuation bet, we get the call. Okay turn, because we get a spade draw. He calls again, and we're going to have to follow through. Now we've got king high, spade draw, flush. The guy actually caught a flush on the turn, but not a very good one, so we end up taking that pot down. And that was the hand that took us up. And that's it, guys. I've been Happy Go Lucky. You've been watching some poker. Hopefully you can get involved too. Let me know your comments, like and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you again shortly. Thanks for watching. Bye.